going to be talking about one of my OC's lore, Clara, while doing the archon, the newest archon quest. So, spoilers if you don't, or haven't done it, or don't want to watch this and see the spoilers. Don't watch this. But I told you guys about OCX Canon last video, and I ship one of my OCs, who is Clara, with Albedo, and this quest is about Albedo's lore and Albedo, so what better time to tell you than now. Okay, so currently I was doing the trials. What's your guys' opinions on Escoffier? Because honestly, like, she's cute and all. I think her design could have been a little bit better. When I saw her silhouette in the teaser thing, I was like, I want her to be a dark colour paleted baddie, and she turned out to be a light colour paleted cutie, so it's kind of the opposite of what I wanted there to be, but like, it's not an awful design apart from the fact that she's literally just in an apron. But on a shirt, girly, how do you trust that apron to not fall off? It's like literally lingerie. Anyway, Escoffier. I like saying her name though. It's a very cool name. I don't know what it means, but yeah. I'm amidst my exam season, so I'm gonna be really inactive because these are like my finals before graduation. So I'm cooked. I've already done my French speaking, which was very bad. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say it went okay, and I've done my drama because I take drama. So I've been, and I did my textiles as well, which is a fashion course. I made a poncho. It's kind of dumb, but it was inspired by one of my OCs. Don't even ask. Don't even ask. Okay. And then what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, my last video got way more popular than I was expecting. I was expecting like 3 views and 1 thumbs up, and the 1 thumbs up was probably just gonna be myself on my other channel. Because, you know, I like my own videos. I'm cool like that. But it got, sorry, that was very loud sound. I think it's got like 11 likes, which is like, okay, damn, slow down, I'm low-key famous. And please ignore the significant lag in this video. I got a new Wi-Fi system in my house, and the Wi-Fi in my room is now shit. I wanna refrain myself from swearing on this channel, so please ignore any slip-ups. And also, I'm gonna try like speak further away from the mic because last time it was a little bit breathy. And let me know if it's still breathy or you prefer breathy, because I don't know. I can't tingle from my own voice. It's the ASMR artist curse. But yeah, enough yapping and let me get into this lore. Okay, so we start in Springvale, Mondstadt. There's a couple, a man and a woman. I'll call the woman Mum, and the dad, no, not the dad, the man, dad, just for simplification. So Mum is pregnant, and she's doing really well, and then at around 8 months, she gets really ill, and it gets worse and worse until she is bedridden, and they've called a doctor, and he's like, yep, she ain't got long left, sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at this. And then the dad is like, oh my god, my wife is gonna die, and my child too, because my wife is pregnant with the child still. And he went into the forest to weep his heart out, and then you know, the lake in the middle of Springvale. She tries to drown one of her friends in there, and her parents are like, this is insane, what is wrong with our kid? We've raised her how you should raise a kid. And she's acting like she's possessed by a demon. And the dad is like, okay, I kind of know where we're going with this. So they take her to the Mondstadt Cathedral, and they take her to the high priest, and they like do this magical ritual thing and reveal these two star markings under her eyes, and her eyes turn from black to red, like bright freaking red. And they're like, yep, your kid's possessed. We're gonna have to conduct a special exorcism on her. The parents are like, we don't want this kid anymore. She tried to kill like her friend. She's a psychopath. Get her away from us. So the church lock her in this room. No, the church, the cathedral people lock her in this room under the cathedral, and they lock the doors and they cover everything in salt, and they try exorcising her, but nothing works. And so eventually they just think, if we leave her in this room without food and water, she's gonna be like close to death, and then the demon's probably gonna leave her because it doesn't want her to die. I mean, it doesn't want to die with her. And they're like, yep, that's definitely a good idea. So they do that, and Clara is like on the verge of dying. And then the demon reaches out to her and goes, you're my vessel, I'm tied to you, I can't come out from you, and I can't, like, what's it called? Yeah, I don't want you to die. I don't know why I had a mind back then. There, you can't die, so I'm gonna pretend I'm not here, and you're gonna escape. You're gonna act fine and escape. So they do that after they come to check on her. She's like, oh wow, the demon is gone, I feel so pure and holy, or whatever. And the church go, great, now you're gonna spend the rest of your life atoning for the unholiness in your body by becoming a priestess. And she's like, what? Bear in mind, she's only like 12, 13 at this time. And so she spends her years locked away under the cathedral doing priestess training. And then one day she breaks, she like snaps, and the demon goes, you know what, this is boring, I want to kill people. So it possesses her and runs away, and she ends up all the way at Dragonspine. She ran through the night because she escaped at night, and then she ran through the night all the way to the morning. She thought, I can escape to Leeway through Dragonspine, like the far end of Leeway, and then I can get on a boat and go to Inazuma, and then I'm so far away from Mondstadt, from where I want to be. I mean, from where I don't want to be. And as she's walking on Dragonspine, all her clothes get torn and ripped, and she loses her shoes and gets attacked by a bunch of village elves and stuff. And then as she's walking, someone approaches her. Guess who that someone is? Someone who has an office on Dragonspine. I have no idea who that could be at all. It's Albedo. It's Albedo. You guessed it. You clocked it. So Albedo like encounters her and finds her, and he's like, okay, why are you dressed like this on a snowy mountain? It's about to snowstorm. Are you an idiot? And she goes, oh my god, they sent you to come fetch me and bring me back to the cathedral. And he's like, what the hell? And then she goes, okay, just ignore this, I'm gonna head across this mountain, I'm going to Leeway, you can't stop me. And he's like, you're gonna die if you go in the snowstorm dressed like that. Your clothes are torn, you have no shoes, your hair, you're like covered in scratches and blood. Come with me to my camp and you can hide there while the snowstorm passes. sees this broken glass on the floor shimmering in the moonlight, and then he looks above him, and like right above him with a broken glass beaker ready to retch his throat out is Clara. But get this, she's possessed, her pupils are dilated, and there's like this weird aura coming off her, this black and red aura, and he pushes her off him, and then the bottle smashes and like gets into her skin, and then she looks at him with like the dilated pupil eyes. It's scary, okay, it's scary, trust, and then runs off into the snowstorm like an idiot, sorry, grammar mistakes. And she's still possessed at this point, and the demon in her is just running until she trips and falls down a rocky like slant, not quite a cliff, but it's not a hill either, and ends up in a clutter at the bottom covered in snow and blood, and the snow is like falling so harshly it just completely buries her pretty much. And Albedo sorts himself out and is like, well, average Tuesday night going on, and goes out into the snowstorm and rescues her and brings her back to his office, and by the time they get back it's sunrise and the snowstorm is pretty much cleared. So he gives her a bunch of blankets because, you know, she's probably borderlining frostbite, and his jacket, and is like, well, care to tell me what's going on there? And she's like, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of possessed by a demon. He's like, yeah, I figured. And that's kind of that. And then she tells him that she was kept in the cathedral against her will, and that's why she doesn't want to go to Mondstadt, she wants to go to Leeway. And he goes, you don't have any money, you don't have any clothes, you don't have any resources, you're gonna die, you're not gonna live, so why don't you just stay in Dragonspine if you don't mind the cold? And she's like, well, I guess so, do you want anything in return? Like, I don't have any money to offer. And he's like, nah, just let me experiment on you and research you, because this demon is like strange. It is an abyssal demon who was very powerful in the abyss like 500 years ago or whatever, you know, before the Cambria incident, the cataclysm, that was a miraculous Ladybug reference, please get it. And yeah, and then they start getting like a little bit closer. Clara starts to get a little bit more trusting. Oh yeah, she gets a complete outfit change. Albedo gets her some clothes, and it's like a really long dress, because, you know, she's supposed to dress modestly like a priestess, and she goes, fuck priest, oh sorry, I swore, damn you priestesshood, and cuts up the dress so it's shorter. And yep, they get a little bit closer. Albedo starts to sketch Clara unknowingly. He's like, nature's kind of boring right now, I'm gonna sketch this weird stranger I found who's possessed by a demon. And he, at night time, he often conducted also like so gorgeous. She's one of my favourite characters in Honkai Star Rail, so I love her so much. What to talk about now? I am running out of Holy Yap. This quest in Genshin, I heard a lot of people say it was a little bit too predictable, but honestly, I think it's cooking. I haven't finished it yet at this point in time, but I think it's cooking so far with like all the dupes. Oh, I shouldn't say the spoilers. Yeah, and Weathering Waves, still been playing that. I am now level, I think it's like 43, and then in Honkai Star Rail I'm 32. Yeah, that's right. I don't know how I'm advancing like in Honkai Star Rail so much quicker than I have in Weathering Waves, but guess how long I've been 58 in Genshin? I think it's been like 4 months, but that's normally the time it takes for me to get to another level in the high ones, because I think 55 to 56 took me 5 months, 56 to 57 took me 3, and then 57 to 58 took me 4. So yeah, I hiccuped again and again. I giggle too much. Do I giggle too much? Oh wow, that was a very obscene sound from my throat. What just happened? I think it's because I haven't drunk water all day, so I'm like salivating or something to make up for the lack of water in my body. Oh, I just breathed on the mic. That was very loud. I'm so sorry. What is going on with me? Yeah, do you guys like my lore for Clara? Because she's one of my most developed OCs lore-wise. Okay, you know what? Should I yap about another OC now? I think I'm gonna yap about another OC now. The question is which OC to do. Lore-wise, Clara, Twyla, Sim, and I think Yishi and Nuna are like my most developed lore-wise. I know you don't know what any of that means. You know what? We've got an odd just under 20 minutes. I'm gonna explain Sim's lore. Okay, so Sim is shipped with Wanderer / Scaramouche, and I know a lot of people ship their OCs with him, but I was gonna ship her with Farazan initially, but then I developed a lore and I was like, it kind of fits better with Scara. So yeah, I did that. Okay, let's start at the beginning. So Sim is a goat species, a goat-human hybrid species, a lot like Ganyu, but with different origin. They originated in Snezhnaya, not Snezhnaya, I keep saying Snezhnaya. Wait, I'm gonna turn the volume up. Sim had a family with her mother, father, and her sister, went to go be a scholar at Sumeru, and then her parents were like, okay, we kind of don't have enough money for that. So Sim went, you know what, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna get you guys a lot of money and pay for my sister's fees, because she was very selfless. And you know how she decided to complete her goal, fulfill her goal? She joined the Fatui because the pay was good. She trained in combat for years when she was a kid, and she decided to put that to good use. So she joined the Fatui, and due to her combat skills, she quickly climbed in the ranks until she was eligible to be the assistant of Kunikazushi. If you don't know Scaramouche's lore, basically he joined the Fatui as Kunikazushi, and then he was made into sidekick, left-hand woman, right-hand woman, whatever you want to call it. And he was very fond of her because he has attachment issues. I'm telling you, a lot of the story does enforce some of my headcanons for Wanderer / Scaramouche / the Balladeer, whatever you want to call him. I'll call him Scarab for the sake of this. So please ignore if you don't agree with this. If you don't agree with this, like literally, just don't even think about it. So yeah, and then he was made into a harbinger, and they were like, oh, we'll get you a new assistant because Zim is like nowhere near skill level wise. And he was like, fuck you mean? Oh, sorry, I swore again, I need to stop swearing. It's like, what you mean? This is my assistant, don't diss her. She's becoming my assistant with me as a harbinger. They're like, okay man, whatever makes you happy. So she was his assistant as the Balladeer, and they did things together, did the Fatui things together. And Zim is getting money for her family, who love her very much, and her sister, who is studying at the academia. And her sister hears, and she's like, my sister's the favourite child, I'm not. I'm low-key jealous of her. And she develops this envy towards him for being more loved, in inverted commas, by her parents. Wait, switching hands with the microphone. And then one day, Zim has to go on a mission in Sumeru, an expedition, and Scara is left because he has to fulfill other duties as a harbinger. So Zim goes to Sumeru, and she's like, maybe I should visit my sister. And then her sister hears, what was that? Was it that Hong Kong outside? Oh, that was random. Her sister hears that she's coming to Sumeru and she's gonna see her, and she's like, no, this can't be happening, I hate my sister. She storms out in a rush and walks through a feature forest, but she ends up tripping over a tree root and falling down into this weird cave, and she can't get back out, so she follows the cave, and she ends up finding herself at this big pink tree. You get where I'm going with this? And that is Erminsul, whatever you want to call it. And she is like, I've heard about this before when I was being taught by a scholar. This is Erminsul. It holds the whole of Tevat's knowledge. You know what? I'm gonna erase my sister. She was mad, okay? She was mad. But as she was doing it, she accidentally got something wrong because she doesn't know how to work it. And she only ended up erasing Zim's memories. So she didn't erase everyone's memories of Zim, she erased only Zim's memories. So the next morning, Zim woke up and she was like, what's going on? Why am I here? Who am I? And she freaks out for ages, but eventually she just ends up living as a normal Sumeri citizen. And the place she was staying at, she knows she has a lot of money because, you know, she has a lot of money. The place she was staying at were like, oh yeah, you're pretty rich. And she had these like paperworks and letters that she brought with her, and she was looking through them and she was like, what the flip was I? What was I, like a secret agent or something? Did I do something cool? And she just learns to accept her life. She gets a new outfit, a new look, and she's just living. Meanwhile, Scara is like, they report to Scara and they go, your assistant's gone missing. And he's like, what? You say what? And he kind of has very many mental breakdowns because of his attachment issues, abandonment issues. And then obviously he has to go to Sumeru with the doctor, Dodore, to ascend the godhood. And he's like, maybe I'll find Zim. And then they go to Sumeru and the doctor finds Zim first and makes an assessment on her and establishes that she has completely lost all her memories she's lost all her memories, and Scarra goes, no, she couldn't have lost all her memories. She's just doing it to betray me. She wants to betray me because, you know, his trust issues. Story's like, okay, man, believe what you want. And then Sim is sent a letter, and it says, come to this place. And she's like, if you want to find out about your past, that's it. And she's like, okay, what? So that was that. Sorry. She goes to the, I think it's called the judgery workshop. I forgot what it's called. And guess who's waiting for her there? Scarra. So he meets her and he goes, you really have lost your memories. And then he beats her up a bunch and is like, you betrayed me. This is my 4th betrayal. You absolute bad word. You absolute traitor. And he beats her up a lot. And then Sim, he goes, you know what? You don't want your memories back. You know why? Because you were a ruthless killer. You killed everyone. Your family only used you for money. Used everything against her that you knew about her. And Sim runs away crying and is like, what the hell? I'm a horrible person. And she has a bit of a mental breakdown. Very good relationship, am I right, guys? And then obviously the Balladeer gets defeated and he erases himself, and then he redeems himself, and now Zim has forgotten him like twice. And now they are both living in Sumeru, and they're like not friends, not enemies. Well, they are kind of enemies. They have sparring sessions every, I think it was Tuesday. Why is everything on a Tuesday? And Scarra ends up, Nahida is often trying to get them to repair their relationship because she knows it's a big, like, step in repairing Scarra's mental health. But they always end up fighting and, like, nearly killing each other. And after their sparring sessions, they're normally pretty beat up, but they, like, help each other out. And it's not a healthy relationship. I don't know why I made it so unhealthy, but, you know, whatever suits the law. Whatever suits the law at this point, guys. And I have 6 minutes left. I yapped for like I think it was 15 minutes. Holy yap. But let me know what you think of that law too, guys, because I think I cooked with that when I made it, which was like last year, but I still think I cooked with that. Obviously this is very brief detail. There's a lot more like detail and stuff if you get into it, but I think I traumatized both of those OCs perfectly. 280 perfectly. Because what's an OC without trauma? It's not an OC. I'm joking. It is an OC, no matter what. But I personally like to traumatize them because it benefits the lore, guys. The lore is gonna be insane. As I mentioned in my last video, lore is my everything. If a character has bad lore, they're a bad character for me. And I will not like them, no matter what. Okay, I have 5 minutes left. What do I talk about? That is a good question. I am talking to myself. Oh, you guys, I got a distinction on my speech. Basically, last year we were obligated to do a speech. And I chose the topic books and movies / movie adaptations, and I got distinction, which is the highest mark, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Oh yeah, Project Sicko fans, how are we feeling about Mafu 6? Because the song slaps. The song is so good. I love the instrumental. It sounds like a full-on crash out, and I'm here for it, because, you know, the lore and shit. torrent stuff. I keep swearing. This is very bad of me. But yeah, the song, oh my god, Miss Nothingness, or I forgot what it's called in Japanese. I think it's like Gyomozen, yeah. Very, very good song, and believe it or not, some of the projects I commissions are the best, like, ever created, best Vocaloid songs ever created, because people tend to hate projects like a lot, and it's like, well, if it weren't for Project Sekai, we wouldn't have these bangers, we wouldn't have Mr. Showtime, Watashi wa Ame, Bake no Hana, Gyomo-san, thinking of other ones, Samsa, oh, good song, very good song. Oh, Lower One's Eyes, another very good song, I love that. ID Smile, we wouldn't have ID Smile. Notice how all of these are pretty much night chord event focuses. Can you tell what my favourite group is? We wouldn't have M-Bubble. Honestly, M-Bubble is like, it's not my favourite. It's a good song, but it's not like overwhelmingly good. Yeah. What do you guys think of the new Archon Quest / event? Also, what do you guys think of Kenichi's new voice actor? I know this is a very like controversial topic, and so is like just the whole voice acting thing in general, and I know my personal opinion of the situation, but for me, Kenichi's new voice actor, his voice isn't bad, he's a good voice actor, it's just not Kenichi. Like, it's not really Kenichi. The old voice actor suited the role a lot better. And one of my pet peeves when voice acting is very deep, heavy, sharp breaths that you can hear. Like, because I run like little voice acting groups and things, and you have to audition to get in it, and the amount of people I have heard that take really long, well, not long, just like really loud breaths in between each word is like, why do you feel the need to do that? And he doesn't do it like in between each word, but it's very breathy. I can hear the breathing. So yeah, okay, there is not long left on this video, so let me yap about one more thing, probably, maybe, perhaps. I don't know, but I'm getting my textiles marks next week, Wednesday. Oh yeah, next week. I have English, then biology, and maths, and that's it for the week, which is pretty good. And then the week after next, I have like an exam every day for 2 weeks. Pretty crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room filled with rats. The rats made me crazy. So this quest has been pretty good so far, and I really like the story mode feature, but this is me signing off and saying goodbye. So thank you all for watching my holy